I've been buying designer bags for over 25 years, and today I'm going to be telling you 7 popular designer bags that I think are not worth it and what you should buy instead. Hi my loves, welcome back. So you all know I love my designer bags, but let's be real, there are some out there that are just not worth the price point. Some are definitely overpriced for what you get. Some are just a bit too trendy and some just don't live up to the hype. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down 7 popular designer bags that in my opinion are so not worth it. So we're going to go through each one and why I think it's not worth splurging on those and why the alternatives are much smarter choices. And trust me, you might be surprised because I do own a couple myself. So if you want to find out which designer bags I think you should skip and which bags are the real gems, keep on watching. Okay, let's start off with a classic. And I've titled this The Popular Pochette. And this piece has a really nostalgic place in my heart because it is my first designer bag. And I'm talking about the Louis Vuitton Pochette Accessoire. I remember buying this back in 1999 and it was like 350 Australian dollars or maybe about 250 USD. And don't get me wrong, this bag is so cute. Love the monogram canvas. Even though it's quite compact, it actually packs a lot. So you might be wondering, Mel, why are you saying don't buy this? Because when I checked the price, guys, I was shocked to find out this retails for over 2,700 Australian dollars or 1,660 USD. Now, I do need to say the latest version of the Pochette Accessoire does come with a gold chain to it, but that somehow added like 1,000 onto the price of the previous one because I actually do own the last model of the Pochette Accessoire. And for as much as I love this bag, what I'm saying is I don't think it is worth buying new. I mean, unless you absolutely love it, it's your first starter piece and you have to have something brand new, then yes, it is a good piece. But if you love the Pochette Accessoire, this version I paid 1,400 for. This was only like maybe 3 years ago. I'm just shocked at how much it's gone up. If you really like the chain, you can just buy a chain on Etsy and put it on. Or like what I've done on this one, sometimes I've got like a chunky chain in here where if you swap out the strap, it is so cute to wear like this and it just changes the look of the bag up so much. Let me just quickly show you. Look. How cute is that? And with the vintage version, it is essentially the same. Like my original version maybe is slightly shorter, but this version is exactly the same size as what the current version is now. It just doesn't have the strap and it doesn't have an inside zippered pocket, though it does have a slip pocket. So what I recommend is go vintage. You can find vintage versions for so much cheaper, more than half the price. I've seen ones go for like 500 to 700 USD. And you know what? I really regret that when I was in Japan, I actually saw this in Damier Azur for $970. They've discontinued that. That was in nearly as new condition. And I'm kicking myself for not buying it because that was such a good price because 970 Australian dollars compared to 2,700, that is how much you can save. So skip buying this new and go vintage. Okay, next up, let's talk about a Dior bag. This bag is new in their collection. They released it, I believe, at the beginning of this year. And I'm talking about the Dior D Journey bag. So I've titled this segment the Slouchy Shoulder Bag. Now, props to Dior for trying to make a different sort of silhouette. It is very trendy, it's sleek, it's modern, but at 4,600 USD, Do I think it's worth the price? No. Another thing is, with this style, I don't think it is something that may age gracefully. Now, I have learned this the hard way. I have 2 bags from Dior. When it got released, it had so much hype, and they were so much more classic silhouettes. One was the Jade Dior bag, remember the one that you can put your hand through? And the other one was a classic Canage shoulder bag. But do you know what happened to those 2 bags? They discontinued it. So I've been really weary of some of Dior's hyped bags. So that is why, I tend to prefer Dior's more classic silhouettes, like the Lady Dior. So if you love that slouchy hobo vibe, like the Dior D Journey, I actually have a much better alternative, which I think is far more worth it. And let me introduce to you my latest beauty. It is this cutie. And this is the Fabrique Navali bag. And I've talked about Fabrique before, but for those of you that have never heard of it, I absolutely adore this website because it connects over 350 designers. So these are designers that have designed for houses that we know of. So this designer is called Valeria Masai, and she was actually the former head of Bottega Veneta, designing all their leather goods, their bags, accessories. So she does know what she's talking about. It's made from buttery Napa calfskin leather, and I really like its dynamic silhouette. So it sort of shifts from like a V shape to a fuller baguette depending on what you carry. And it's got an adjustable shoulder strap, so you can wear it as a hobo bag, but you can extend it. See how it's got this strap and it becomes a shoulder bag. So you can wear it 3 ways. And I love that all the gold hardware is actually 18K electroplated. So if I open the bag up, let me just show you, it's very roomy. Inside, it's actually got contrast lining, so soft. This bag is just buttery. And also, in my opinion, this looks a bit more timeless, even though it has that slouchy hobo vibe, than the Dior D Journey. And guess what, guys? Fabrique, again, have given our community, because I was like one of the first creators to work with them, an exclusive code for their bags. So if you love their bag collections, all their bags are designed by Valeria Masai, you can enter HIMIM30 at checkout and you will save $30 off any bag over 300. And yeah, most of their bags are around like the 300 to 500 mark. So worth it. But that is only valid for 5 days. And it is so easy to style up this bag. I also picked up a couple of pieces from Fabrique's clothing collection. So I'm actually wearing one now. So this is the Nicole sweater, and I'm wearing it as a V-neck now. So it's a V-neck with all the buttons. And I love these cutout designs because whatever color singlet you're wearing underneath, like I'm just wearing black, it can have that contrast as well. And it is so versatile that you can also flip it backwards and also wear it that way, so you can just see more of the cutout details there. I think that is so cool. What you can pair this with, I mean, black goes with everything, but I had to pick these really cool denim jeans. I love the look of monogram jeans. You've seen LV do monogram jeans, and that's very cool, but it's a little bit too logo-y. So if you want jeans that have a bit more texture, go for these Natalie jeans. It's actually by a Parisian designer called Natalie Moran, and she's worked with Saint Laurent, she's worked with Kenzo, and I just really liked these jeans because 1, I like the 2 front pockets, and 2, this material, even though it is denim, it's a cotton denim, so it's not super stiff. Love the high waist. And of course, what makes this jean is that it has this textured look. So if you want to change up your denim a little bit, go for something textured. And even though it's textured, it still pairs so well with this knit. And actually the pants I am wearing, I have to give a quick shout out because I live in these pants. I already own them in gray and they are the most comfiest pants. They still look really elevated. They're not like a track pant. They're honestly formal enough enough that I have worn it to like a casual business meeting, and they're just super soft, elastic waist. So if they had this in more colors, I would get it. I still have my discount code available for any of the clothing. You can use code HIGHMIM to get 15% off anything store-wide for new customers, or HIGHMIM10 for 10% off. But if you want to do a little trick, just sign up using another account, a family member, and you can get the 15% off. And these are already so well priced. I will also link the sizes I am wearing down below. Now the next bag is a bag that has been featured a lot on social media recently. I've titled this segment the Icon Bag because this is a big throwback. And I'm actually talking about the Chloe Paddington. Now this is my sister's. I used to own the HOBO version, which I gave to another sister of mine, but I don't even know where that is now. And this was the it bag in the early 2000s. I remember just wanting it. My sister got this version, I got the HOBO version. I probably should have got this version because guess what? Chloe have re-released the Chloe Paddington and it looks pretty much identical. What designers love to do is go back into their archives and re-release designs. We've seen it with Fendi, we've seen it with Dior. I have the vintage saddlebag and I've saved thousands that way, even with my Gucci Ophidia. So this bag new retails for 2,750 USD. It's over 4,000 AUD, and that is a lot. I still think it is worth hunting the vintage version instead of buying it new because one, it is pretty much identical. I think the only difference is they've changed the leather on the newer version, but the designs are the same. The big oversized lock, you know, you'll see the zippers are silver and then the other hardware is this sort of like gold hardware. It is a heavy bag. But again, quite a nostalgic bag for me. I might steal this from my sister and just wear it a little bit since it's so on trend. Do I think it's worth the current retail? No. You know I am a huge vintage lover and I love shopping for vintage finds. But I think there's something nice about hunting a vintage one. Not to mention you still can find ones for about 600 to 850 USD. So you're still saving, you know, 50 to 70% off retail. So if you have great memories of this bag, look for a vintage one because it's the same as the new one. Moving along to bag number 4. So this is in the big bag category. So I've titled it the big bag deal. Now this bag I actually quite like, and I believe it was released earlier last year, and I've seen it sort of like popping up more on YouTube, and honestly I love big bags, so this did catch my attention. And I'm talking about the Balenciaga Rodeo bag. It's big, it's sort of unstructured, the leather is very soft. I have touched it and I have tried it on. The version I was looking at is the medium size. I believe that's the most popular size. That retails for 4,450 USD, which is about 6,750 AUD. So yes, very expensive, but I do really like the look of it. Sometimes you want a bigger bag for work that can fit a 13-inch laptop, though I have read reviews that medium size, it's a little bit tight. They do even have a bigger size, but then again, that goes over 5,000 USD. Now, for as much as I do like the bag, I don't know if it's worth that price point. I also don't like that the strap on the Balenciaga Rodeo is not adjustable. So for all you big bag lovers out there, don't worry. If you really like the look of this Balenciaga Rodeo, I've got you covered. And I'm talking about, this is another Fabrique bag. This is the Rialto bag. So the version I'm showing here is in the all black Dutch calfskin leather. It goes through this drum tumbling process and it makes the leather so soft. And doesn't this give you the Balenciaga Rodeo bag vibe? But it is so much cheaper. So I do have the bag here. I actually picked this version because, as you know, in Australia we are in summer and I love my canvas bags, and so this is the same bag but just in the canvas and leather option. And I love this one because this canvas is actually water resistant. So like the Balenciaga Rodeo, this one has that double flap design. It's got this really cool magnetic closure. You do need to like get used to it. It kind of locks into place, then you have to sort of unclip it. But it is so spacious, and I do want to show you that it fits a 13-inch MacBook very comfortably. So unlike the Balenciaga one, which can put a bit of strain, unless you go for the larger one, the medium size, they don't advise it. But this one, easy peasy. I also like that this one, like the Balenciaga, you know, it's got a lot of sort of compartments. So, you know, you could wear the bag double flapped. You could even, I like that, you know, if you want, you could tuck it in for a different look. But you know what makes this bag, I think, so much cooler than the Balenciaga version? You can wear this bag 4 different ways. So, of course, you can just wear it as a top handle, hand carry. It comes with a shoulder strap, which is adjustable, unlike Balenciaga's one. So you can just wear it as a shoulder bag, or you can make it really long and you can crossbody it. It comes with another strap, so you actually can wear it as a backpack. There you go. 4 different ways of styling this bag. And of course, I love the big back pocket for easy access. She's even got this where if you want to use it for travel, you've got this where it just slides into your carry-on so it doesn't slip out. So I thought that was really, really clever indeed. And it even comes in this delicious dark brown suede as well, which they've just released. And don't think a canvas bag is just for spring, summer months. I have totally rocked my canvas bags for autumn, winter. I picked another gorgeous jacket from Fabrique. Actually, I've been living in my Fabrique jackets since I discovered them a year and a half ago. And you know what? I don't own a barn jacket, so I really wanted to try out this longer line jacket, and it's so on trend, though I think it's a style that is timeless. So this style that I picked is called the Arden Adjustable Waist leather jacket. It's actually in faux suede, and it's by a Parisian designer called Sang Hee Chun, and she's worked for Loewe, Balenciaga, Givenchy. And what I love about this jacket, it's so soft and it just looks so much more expensive than it is. It's all the little details that she puts into it. The contrast, faux leather collar and pocket. I like that even on the zip, it's got some stitching detail, the wide pockets. But my favorite feature is definitely the drawstring waist, because you can change up the look of the jacket, whether you want it a bit more tailored or you want a more relaxed silhouette. Just paired it with these same pants I mentioned earlier, which are the Dacia wide leg pants. The cream really complements the warm shade of this jacket. And then, of course, it complements the look of this bag as well. So easy peasy look for autumn winter. For a more spring summer look, you know I love my florals. So when I saw this dress, I fell in love. I love the scallop details along the strap, and I like this sort of square scalloped neckline. And look at these watercolor florals. It's the details that really highlight this piece, like the little French tucks here along the waist. And my favorite, it has elastic on the side panels, and the whole material just feels really luxurious. It's in a silk linen blend, and I just think it is stunning. Perfect for this time of year for us. It also comes in a beautiful blouse, which I also really liked. And of course, ties in beautifully with the Rialto in canvas as well. This dress, it is so me, don't you think? Okay, moving along to bag number 5. Now I've just flipped my top around. See how versatile this top is? Anyway, I'm talking about a top handle bag, one of my favorite silhouettes. So this is the timeless top handle, and I actually own this bag, and I'm talking about the Ferragamo Gancini top handle bag. I love Ferragamo's craftsmanship. This version I particularly love in the box leather. All the vintage versions were in box leather, but I equally love the exotics and the suedes and the different materials. They always come out in this bag. Now this bag has been around for so long, so you don't need to worry about this going out of style. But here's the thing, I find that with Ferragamo bags, it does not hold its value at all. So I actually bought this bag new, and this bag retails at 3,200 USD currently. I think about 4,200 AUD. If you love this classic top handle style, by the way, it also does come with a shoulder strap, which I love. You definitely need to look for it pre-loved. You know why? I have another one in suede, and I bought this pre-loved, excellent condition. And do you know how much I paid for this? 550 USD. I don't know why there's some brands that they just don't hold their value at all, and unfortunately Ferragamo is one of them. And you can find some great deals on Ferragamo bags, especially you can't go wrong with the classic top handle. So I love this suede version. I actually own 3 of these bags. I own a black one in a bigger size, and I wish I had bought the black one pre-loved as well, because I could have saved so much. So with this popular designer bag, I love it. I'm just saying, you don't need to buy it new. It's a lot smarter to buy it pre-loved. You get the same Italian craftsmanship, the iconic silhouette, but you can save thousands like I did on this classic beauty. Bag number 6, let's talk about a bag that's a little bit more low-key. And I'm referring to Louis Vuitton's low-key hobo. Actually, Louis Vuitton has done a whole range of low-key bags. But to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this range. I much prefer, if you're going to invest in LV, to go with their classic bags, whether that be the Speedy or the Pochette accessoire. But anyway, each to their own, right? But this range is so expensive. The bag I'm talking about, this low-key hobo, is a bigger one in the MM size. It retails for 3,700 USD, and that's over $6,000 Australian. Besides the little LV lock, which is on the side handle of the bag, I mean, this bag could be any generic brand. So I do not think it is worth this price point. I just think Louis Vuitton's price increases have been pretty exorbitant these last couple of years. So what do I think is a better option? Again, my third and final bag I got from Fabrique, this guy. And this is the Fabrique Duomo bag. Yes, named after the iconic Duomo in Milan. Oh, I would love to go back to Milan. And this is that same silhouette, but in my opinion, even better, because with the LV version, you only can carry it as a shoulder bag. But with this Duomo, you can carry it as a shoulder bag. And as you can see, it's got this really long strap, which I quite like as a design feature when it overhangs, but you can actually make it into a crossbody bag. Now, the version I picked is in brown suede because I don't have a brown suede bag. It's got a magnetic closure here. Let me take all the stuffing out. It is so roomy on the inside. There you go. Inside is all lined in another suede. Love that contrast. The back has got a little pocket, which is also got magnets. How cute is that? And you know what? Again, it fits like a 13-inch MacBook. Not many hobos do. And this bag is actually very lightweight. It is not heavy at all. I don't own a silhouette. I mean, I have hobos, but I don't have like a larger hobo. But if you didn't like the medium size, it also comes in the small, which I have given one away. And this is a pic of my subby wearing hers. So yes, she picked the tan, but this comes in tan suede, chocolate suede, black, leather, tan leather. So to me, I much prefer this over the LV low-key hobo. Not to mention, this is like 458 or 468 USD. The quality is impeccable. And again, don't be afraid of larger style bags. They are so great to wear during autumn, winter. So you know how before I had the floral dress? Again, I wear florals not just in spring, summer, but also in winter. So with that floral dress, I have just worn it with that Arden jacket. I've paired it with some chocolate ankle boots, and I've got my Hermes brown belt, and that just ties the whole look in. And then for more casual looks, I've just paired those textured jeans with the front pockets. with the Arden jacket again, and then just another top inside, and that's just more of a relaxed casual look, which really goes with the vibe of this casual hobo style. And last but not least, this is from my favorite brand, Hermes, which is not exempt from this list. And I think you might be surprised at this bag, but you know what? I got so many requests for an alternative for this bag. Now, I own this bag, I love it, and I'm talking about the Evelyn Mini or the Evelyn 16. This is a great everyday crossbody bag. It's in a sort of saddle design. A lot of people may not know, but this is actually the front of the bag. The H perforated bit is actually the back, though of course you can wear it both ways. I think it is such a cute bag. A criticism is that, you know, the bag is unlined, but to me, I don't mind. I actually think it is super cute and it is a great entry-level bag from Hermes. But as you know, from Hermes, if you want to buy this bag, you can't just walk in and get it. You usually have to wait a little bit if you want a specific color. I wouldn't say they're hard to get, but you can't just usually walk in and get one. And also this is priced at 3,690 Australian dollars, about 2,500 USD. So for Hermes, it's reasonable, but it's still an expensive bag for a very, you know, basic design. Also, it's just got web strapping. So I got asked by so many of you, I really like this bag, do you have an alternative for me? So I'm not saying don't get this, but if you weren't sure about the shape or you just wanted to test it out, I have got a fabulous alternative for you. So guys, this is the Maison de Sabre bag, and they did kindly send this to me with no obligation to post, but you know, I wanted to test it out. They're actually an Australian company, so I love supporting Aussie brands. And look, it is very similar. I would say the Maison de Sabre one is slightly taller, and I do really like that the Maison de Sabre one has a back pocket, so much easier. So if you want to just put your phone in there, as you can see. Also, inside the bag, they have a little slot for 2 cards here, so a bit more functional, and it's got another slip pocket as well. And oh, I just realized it's got a little key ring here where you can attach your keys. I will say that although this leather quality is great, it is a little bit more stiffer than the Hermes one, which is a bit more supple, but it's still in 100% leather. And also, like Hermes, it does have a similar web strapping, though this one is adjustable and the Hermes one isn't. And look how cute, they even do these cute little charms where you can put your Apple AirTags in. So how cute is that? As you know, accessorizing and putting charms on your bag is all the rage, so I thought that was just adorable. And the best thing is, this is a 1/10 of the price. So you know how I said this is like 3,600 Australian dollars? This is like 350 Australian dollars. So for the price, it is such a good bag. So if you really wanted to test this bag out to see whether you'll like it or not, I would go for the Maison de Sabre bag. This is like one of the best alternatives I have seen for the Hermes Evelyn bag. So there you have it, guys. 7 popular designer bags that I don't think are quite worth it to pay full price, and 7 alternatives I think are just much smarter choices, and not to mention at great prices. So please comment below which was your favorite alternative that I suggested below. If you were interested in any of the Fabrique bags or the clothing, don't forget to use my exclusive discount code for the bag discount code. That's only for 5 days. It's the highest offer they've given anyone, and that is HIMIM30 to get $30 off any bags over 300. And if you wanted any of the clothing pieces, just enter HIMIM for 15% off everything site-wide if you're a new customer, or HIMIM for 10% off if you're a returning customer. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day or night, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.